Taxes, inflation, and the breakdown of the family are causing us to fall behind. We have the lowest net worth in the United States, and I'm sure those numbers cross the border as well.
Some people get the disability tax credit and they don't open the registered disability savings plan, and that's where the government puts in all the money of grants and bonds for a person with a disability who has done all the steps. Some people don't do all the steps.
Good morning, everybody. Things look different, don't they? Good morning. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations 2018 Innovation Award winner and 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads, fathers, and male caregivers that is sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And being part of that team since 2020, we've reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. As always, I like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. And if you're a regular, things are looking a little different, eh? Well, reason why. First of all, Ryan is not here today because Ryan is hosting his organization, Afro Caribbean Business Network, is hosting a conference in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And actually, that's where I am right now because later on this afternoon, I have to moderate a panel. And then tomorrow morning, I have to give a presentation. So the panel is about have some Black representatives of Canadian federal government asking them questions about Black entrepreneurship, where it is and what needs to be done from a government level to push it forward. And then tomorrow morning, I think around 11 o'clock, I'm hosting a session about aligning yourself or setting yourself up for business for corporate sponsorship. So that is where I am. So I'm staying at an Airbnb in Ottawa. So please feel free. Hey, people have jumped in. Good morning. Good morning. Where are you chiming in from? So yeah, that is what's going on. So basically it's a free for all today. I will tell you on Friday, this Friday is the first Friday of November. Yes, November, folks. That means those who celebrate Christmas, those who celebrate Kwanzaa, it's around the corner. So this Friday, we'll have Wayne Harris talking about living benefits, and he's also going to be talking about his story overcoming the challenge of prostate cancer, which next week, well, later on this week, November 1st starts Movember month. And Movember, great organization dedicated to men's health, originally on the focus of prostate cancer, but now they're really focused in on men's health. And we're working on some stuff in the background with Movember. So that is that. So let's get some particulars out of the way. Always subscribe to the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube and hit the notification button. We're over now 1,580 subscribers. So look, if you are up to it, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also share out this conversation to others around the world. And also follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Also join our Discord group where we continue the conversation in between shows. Actually, I posted last Friday's show with Minnie on Cam, who was talking about some challenges those who are disabled in Canada, or how they're challenged to make it economically. And I'll probably have some time, hopefully this afternoon. I've got to also post Carolyn Nicole's conversation from last week about erectile dysfunction in men. Really powerful conversation. And always, if you want to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I appear on or are allowed to appear on, please feel free to email me, dr.vibe@thedrshow.com. Also, can't forget Indie Soup Media. For those who have not heard of Indie Soup Media, Indie Soup Media is an independent content creators channel that is powered by our good friend Dr. Tachi out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Over, 40 content creators, and they just hit 20,000 YouTube subscribers. That is phenomenal for a channel that's only been around for 7-8 months. And I'm on there 3 times a week, edited conversations, close to an hour of epic conversations I have on the different platforms that I'm on. So that is that. So good morning, everybody. We're a little bit let's see, a little over a weekend a day to an American election. So whatever you want to talk about today, please put it up here. I'd like to get your takes. Actually, I'll start it off. My whole experience booking an Airbnb, I don't do it too much or have not done it too much. It was quite interesting because, first of all, I was looking at as I drink my water here, the hotel rates here up in Ottawa. And it was, I'm going, what? So then I went the Airbnb route and I'm checking out different facilities. And it came down really to two places. One place, really nice, shared facilities, like a shared kitchen. I don't know if the bathroom was a shared bathroom or not. Don't know. But it was really nice looking place. Don't get me wrong. Really, really nice. Then there's a place that I chose. This place was basically fully furnished downstairs basement. And I said, so know what I do? I didn't know which one to go. And yeah, people are chiming in. Hey, please chime in wherever you're from. Say hello, your comments. Hey, anything you'd like to talk about. I'm just sharing right now my experience of booking an Airbnb. And so I'm going back and forth. So I called one or two people who travel more than I do. And I said, hey, I got this choice where it's open, nice place. They had their own washer and dryer. And I'm saying, or this place where fully furnished basement, both places had fridges, both places microwave, et cetera. Hey, JJ Mars, what is going on? My man, JJ Mars, good to see you as always in Colorado. It's a little more than a week out, man. Talk to me. But always good to have you on the line, JJ Mars from Colorado. People shout him out. He is a great supporter of the Morning Vibe. So getting back to my choice. So people said, you know what? I like my privacy when I travel. I said, you know what? So do I. So go on, book the place. And it took me like an hour and a half. Now, I don't know if you haven't done Airbnb before, it's one thing to book. It's another thing to get verified. And the verification process is they need to, you know what? I'm just going to do something really quick. You need to verify your ID. So what you have to do is either provide like a government document. So in my case, I used a driver's license. And man, the thing wouldn't pick it up. And I'm trying to upload my driver's license. Oh, this doesn't verify that. And then I finally figured it out. I actually, on my laptop, I held my driver's license in front of my camera and took a picture front and back. That verified the process. So just an FYI, if you're ever going to do an Airbnb and you have not done it before, make sure you have a piece of valid ID and make sure you have a computer with a camera or a phone with a camera that will take your picture so it can verify your ID. So just want to say that. And what they do is you do your government ID and then you have to take a picture of yourself. So the picture on your government ID, whether it's a passport or whether it is a driver's license, citizen's card, whatever, matches the picture you have to take with your own laptop camera or cell phone camera. So it was about a 4-hour drive up here. And here's another funny thing, like gas prices in Toronto where I live, like were ridiculous. Like on Saturday morning, I went really early and gas price was like $1.34 a liter. So Americans, I know you can't relate because you don't do liters, you're still the other way. And I said, okay, let me fill up. And I had a little bit of driving around to do on Saturday, just to conserve the gas. A little bit later in the day, same gas station was like $1.45. So the gas price went up 30 cents for Americans a gallon, 7 cents a liter in a few hours. I said, oh my goodness. So I'm driving along the highway and I don't know if people do road trips, but for me anyways, I was looking, where can I get cheap gas? And I was looking at places and going, man, that's not much difference in Toronto. Some places higher. But then I took a risk. I saw like the name of a really small town sign on the highway and they had a really no-name gas station. Said, okay, let me give it a try. Oh, people are jumping on like crazy this morning. Good morning. Tell us where you're from. Hey, JJ Mars, Trump, 45 is gaining support in Colorado due to the Aurora Venezuelan gang stuff. Local TV station provided much of was said was true. Mark Pemble, I think that's $4 a gallon. Yeah, well, let me just check. So, if I had a calculator with me, if you take there's 4.4 liters in a gallon. So if it's at like $1.40, that's more than $4 a gallon. You're probably looking about $5 or $6 a gallon. JJ Mar says, I'm not a 45 fan, but he's getting a lot of support. Opal Inspired, good morning, everybody. And she says, loving the background, Dr. Vibe. Thank you. So, well, that brings up another point too. Do you like the backgrounds I usually use, or do you like this type of background? Do you like the natural or the green screen backgrounds? I'm known for my green screen uses, but do you like this background better, or a combination of both? Tell me what you likes better. So that's another thing we can throw out for conversation topic. But getting back to my gas story, so I said, okay, let me take a risk and check this small gas station out. So go down this long road, and I'm going, okay, finally get there. The gas was $1.29 a liter. I went, what? I'm saying the gas was, if you take a liter, it was 60 cents a gallon cheaper at this place. I said, you bet I'm filling up. So I filled up. It was quite interesting because I was the only melanated person in this town I could see. And it was quite interesting, but went there. The other key thing that I did is after I filled up, I wrote down the name of the city, the name of the exit. So when I'm going back, I'm going to go back and fill up at that gas station. So Mark Pemble says natural background is chill. Whenever I do things like this, I always like to get, of course, you the audience are driving the conversation. I like my different backgrounds, but yeah, it's good to switch it up every once in a while. I like this. It's I like the painting behind me. It's really cool. So that is fantastic. So that's one thing that's going on. So what is going on in everyone's lives? This is like a free-for-all today conversation. As I said, Ryan is at a conference, so he will not be with us today. But what do you guys want to talk about? What is out there that you want to put out and have a conversation on? I am open. So anything you'd like to give a chat about, I'll do my best to partake and lead a conversation on. Again, the American election is going on. It was quite interesting at a rally for 45 yesterday in Madison Square Garden. He had a comedian, and one of the things that this comedian said, let me just see. Yeah, there's a comedian named Tony Hinchcliffe said this. I'm just repeating his quote. Quote, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. I think it's called Puerto Rico, unquote. What? So here's a funny thing. So shortly after his comments, music superstar Bad Bunny, who I don't know who Bad Bunny is, who is from Puerto Rico, endorsed Ms. Harris. So it seems that the 45 campaign is really dialing down into their rhetoric on what's going on. I just go, wow, that was like, wow. And of course, the 45 campaign says, hey, the former president doesn't believe that. But I'm going, okay, do you know what type of person you're bringing up on your stage? So Mark Pemble, good to have you here, Mark, says the real New Yorkers were at Timothy Chalamet lookalike contest and not at the Madison Square Garden. Good stuff, Mark. Hey, and by the way, Mark, it seems that this, I don't know if it's the first time. If it is first time, welcome to the Morning Vibe, Dr. Vibe Show family. Love to have you here. Love to have your comments. But yeah, that comment just seemed, wow, really, really off base. What else do you guys want to chat about? If you are here from America, are you going to vote? Hey, it's your right to vote, but are you going to vote? Yes or no? Would like to know. Would like to know that. What else is going on in the news today? Okay, hold on here. Matthias Daniel says, good morning. The Black Action Court hearing begins today at the federal courthouse to stand up for Black public service workers in Toronto. I know a little bit about that situation, about the mistreatment of Black federal workers, and it's finally starting. Okay, well, actually, I need to probably, Matthias, if you have any suggestions on who I could reach out to in regards to coming on the show to chat about that, I would love to have them on the show. I would really, really like to have them on the show to talk about that situation. Actually, too, I was chatting on the weekend about the BBPA, Black Business and Professional Association. But you know what? I'm going to put a hold on that for a minute. We're going to go to a break. And I'm glad that so many of you are hanging out this morning. Really good to have you here. So we'll be back in about a minute and a half, and I'll give some updates on the Black Business Professional Association and any other topics you want to share about today. So keep it locked on the Morning Vibe.
Hello, everybody. My name is Paige. I am a marketing consultant and the host of More Than a Mom, the podcast. I am here at the Soundwave Summit, and I had the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Vibe, and the gems he dropped were unmatched. An accidental conversation really changed my whole plan. And if I had him 3 years ago when I started my consulting career, it would have made a major change. The biggest thing that I learned that I'm taking with me is understanding that I do not have a show, I have a solution. And I think that's something that's not talked about enough. Another thing that really adjusted my mindset was the power of positive language. I was telling him about some of my problems are asking for help. I'm always pouring into other people, but it's hard, and it's a problem that I can't get that same thing in return. And he said, it's not a problem. It's something that, what did you say? Not a problem. You said, oh, it's a challenge. It's something that's a challenge for me. And that simple adjustment of language, I went away to lunch and I called 4 people and I'm like, hey friends, we need to change our energy. We need to change our outlook. We are solution-driven people. We do not need to do things the way society tells us to do things. This checklist that we feel like we need to fall under, this 10-minute conversation we had, it changed up everything. So I'm so thankful for the gems. I feel like I'm going to go back and make a whole new to-do list that's based on how I need to do things, a different way of looking at things, and I'm just so thankful. So thank you, Dr. Vibe.
Thank you, Paige. Thank you, Paige. What is up again, everyone? The Morning Vibe. We are in what's the word? On the road. So I was looking for the term on the road. So again, doing remote today. Hope I'm sounding good. People say they like the background and like the look, so something I need to consider maybe going forward. And so anything you want to chat about today, folks, let's bring it on. Love the number of people that are on today. So we've got Mark Pemble goes, I'm in Idaho, so my vote really doesn't matter. I would like to hear from people in swing states where it matters. So thank Mark, just out of curiosity, how did you hear about this? Because you're way out in Idaho, and hey, fully thank you. And if you're up to it, please, please, please subscribe. And also, too, if you get a chance, tune in to Primetime Saturday with Aisha and Lala. We do that every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're two wonderful Black African-American women, Aisha K. Staggers and Lala Key, give their takes about the sense and nonsense going on in America. And actually on Saturday's show, they talked about the whole issue of the election and what was going on in the election. And there was a report last week in the American. It was in can't remember what magazine, but they were talking about how 45 is very aligned with Adolf Hitler. And actually, interesting thing about that, almost all the time I post what's coming up on a show on YouTube. And for those people who are into YouTube, thumbnails are really key on YouTube. It was really funny. So what I was able to do for last Saturday's show of Primetime Saturday was that I posted image of 45 and Adolf Hitler. And for some reason, it got a heck of a lot of views. I don't know, but I think thumbnails are important with YouTube. So definitely want to tell you about that. Hey, what is up, Dr. Tachi? Dr. Tachi says, good morning, the driving force behind Indie Soup Media. And Mark Pamble says, this came up as a related video to the Timothy Chalamet. Look, wow. I do not know who Timothy Chalamet is. So please tell me who that is. I always like to know how new people found out about the Morning Vibe. So that I do not know who that person is. And unless someone else, I know Dr. Tachi is much up on culture more than me, who lives in Toronto, is. But who is that person? I need to find out more. And I need to do some research sometime this afternoon. Oh, Marco says, you got to look this up. Okay, you know what? Why don't I? He's a famous film actor. All right, I'm actually going to look that up right now. Oh, Timothy Chalamet. Okay. Interesting. And I see the story here. Timothy Chalamet crashes a lookalike event in New York City. I don't even know who this person is, but I'm seeing this quite interesting. What is Timothy Chalamet's relationship with Kylie Jenner? And then here I see Gwyneth Paltrow reveals husband Brad Falchuk's real reaction to her kissing Timothy. I have no idea who this person is, but quite interesting. So Mark says he's a famous film actor, and Dr. Tachi says yes, he crashed the lookalike event. So as you know, I'm not plugged in like all these people are, but this is good education. No, I had no idea. But and see, it's always wondrous how the YouTube algorithm led you, Mark, to the conversation, because I'd like to know what the cross reference. I'm not complaining. Hey, I like as many people coming on the platform as possible, but that is quite interesting. So, hey, happy to have you. And actually, too, Mark, what time is it in Idaho right now? Is it like 22 after 7 or is it 22 after 6? Because you're either 2 hours or 3 hours behind. And Dr. Tachi says, welcome, Mark. Thank you, Dr. Tachi. No, that'd be great. That is great. 7:22 a.m. So you're 2 hours behind. Cool. Fantastic. Well, I hope that you stick around, hope you subscribe, and I hope that you share it out with different people. Also, Dr. Tachi, what is going on in your world? Good to see, good to have you here as always. In regards to the Morning Vibe, I think definitely a big supporter of what we do here, and we're a big supporter of what Dr. Tachi does. But yeah, I'm just doing something here. Just give me a second, family. I try to respond to you in real time as much as possible, but today will be a little bit challenging because we're remote. But and let me just do that here. You may hear and save. But yeah, so let's do that. All right. Another thing, for those of you who celebrate Christmas, are you going to be spending as much, less, or the same as last year? I'd be curious, because it is coming around the corner. Oh, Dr. Tachi says same old business. So that's what Dr. Tachi's up to. Cool. Well, we gotta keep on trucking. But same. I'm just taking a look at comments. Says same old business. Yeah, I don't know. Christmas is always an interesting time. As for everybody, I just say be mindful on your Christmas spending, because Christmas spending turns into January credit card debt. Dr. Tachi says, I'll be spending the same as last year on Christmas. Nothing. Oh, okay. Dr. Tachi is in. Dr. Tachi, why do you not spend anything for Christmas, Dr. Tachi? Just curious. I'm not judging. That is interesting. Nothing. So so how long have you been practicing that, Dr. Tachi? Spending nothing for Christmas? Very, very curious, because that is not the norm, but I think it's becoming the norm. That is becoming the norm. Oh, I also want to shout out again, Opal Inspired. Check out her YouTube channel. She does incredible stuff on her YouTube channel. Opal. Yes. And also too, any suggestions you have for the morning vibe? I always like to have this time where we have it open. Do you like what you see? What you'd like to see more of? Any suggestions? Good. Just say I'm an open book. I'm non-judgmental. Non-judgmental. So Dr. Tati says, no, not Dr. Tati. Mark says Christmas is low key on my end. Okay. Interesting. So Christmas is not a big priority. Okay. All right. That's good. Good. So I'm open to topics, people. Open to topics. Talk to me. Tell me what you're up to. Dr. Tachi says, we stopped giving gifts in our family for about 5 years. I actually give cards, and I get one gift card from my Soros parents. Okay. Nice. So you got something down pat, which is excellent. Yeah, Christmas is, to me, a little bit overrated. But hey, the family end. Okay. Opal Inspire says, I'm thinking now, Dr. Vibe. No problem. What all of you think? What do you want to chat about? Open stuff. Again, you're watching The Morning Vibe with Dr. Vibe and Sans, as we say en Francais, without Ryan Knight. Ryan is at his organization's leading a conference today. So, hey, Okay, so I did get an update on that actor who I did not know who they were. Timothy. Okay, I better get the name right. I know you guys are going to be all over me. So let me scroll back and get the name right. Timothy Chalamet. I hope I pronounced that. So I've been told now by the assistant producer, Kylie Jenner's boyfriend. He's an actor. He stars in the movie Dune. Okay, I got updates now. I'm saying, okay, I say Chalamet. Okay, my pronunciation wrong, my head, not my heart. So give me grace. Give me grace. Okay, Dr. Tachi. Not Dr. Okay, I'm catching up. Give me a break here. Okay, Chalamet. Okay, C Nurse K, morning from Canada. Very interesting that the Prime Minister was asked to step down, but he refused. Maybe you will run into him in the Capitol. Well, interesting enough, a few actually on the panel that I'm facilitating or moderating today, his Minister of Diversity and Inclusion and Diversity and People with Disabilities, she's going to be on the panel. Kamal Kara, well, she's scheduled to be on the panel. Kamal Kara, and then the Speaker of the House of Commons. So in America, you have your House of Representatives. So comparable to that in Canada's called our House of Commons. The Speaker of the House of Commons, Greg Fergus, is going to be scheduled to be on that panel also. So who knows? Maybe the Prime Minister will stop by. He's in a lot of political challenging times right now. They had a caucus meeting a few days ago, and there were a small group of members that wanted him to resign. He said no. So there you go. But we'll see. But also, greetings to you, C Nurse K. All right. So Dr. Chak says Trudeau was asked to step down by a limited number of his members of his party want him to step down, and he has said no. So it'll be interesting to see if he's going to be able to save his political bacon. And there's going to be, scheduled to be an election sometime next year. So people are watching to see if this liberal government can save itself. So Sikh Nurse K says yes, by members of his own cabinet, some of which have stepped down. Well, now, okay, I know there are some cabinet members who are not running again. I did not see if they were criticizing him, but there are a number of federal cabinet ministers who are not going to be running again. So that's going to be interesting. And usually, a lot of times when a cabinet minister doesn't run in another election, it could be for personal reasons, or it could be because they say, you know what, we don't want to be part of a sinking ship, or what they feel to be a sinking ship. So yeah. So Dr. Chachi says, oh wow, who are the people who are thinking about running? Can Trudeau run again, or is this time up? Okay, so unlike America, where you can only win president twice, you can run as long and as many times as you want in Canada. Now, the aspect of winning, that's a whole other conversation, but he can run again if he wants. And I think he's been prime minister, wow, for a while now. Oh, it's been good. That's a good question. How long has Trudeau been prime minister in this country? That is interesting. Let me see if I can look that up quickly. But yeah, he's been around for a while. I'll just look that up quickly. Been prime minister. Okay, so I'm just looking that up real quick. So basically, pretty much he has been in power. Well, no, hold on a second. I was going to say it says when he was born. I don't know how long he's been in power for. Hold on here. Okay. If I'm seeing he's been around for a while. Yeah, I'm looking here, 2015. Yeah. Yeah. I think 2015-ish. I'm thinking that's right. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Shirley Josma. Hey, Shirley, what's up? Says, since 2015. Dr. Tachi says, wow, that's a long time. Nurse K saying he's trying so badly to hold on to power. A lot of Black people support him because his father was instrumental in, quote, allowing, unquote, a lot of my parents' generation to come into Canada. And that's a really interesting, we'll get to that. That's a great point. Nurse K says his father was also PM years ago. Yes. So that is one of the things when it comes to Black Canadians, they're allied to the Liberal Party is similar to the alliance of many Black Americans or African Americans to the Democratic Party. So in Canada, well, actually, perfect example. My parents immigrated from Jamaica to Canada, and that was under, I think, was it under Trudeau's, his father's time? I think it was. Well, actually, no, that was before. That was before time. But a number of African Canadians, children, parents have immigrated to Canada during the Trudeau's regime. His father, Pierre Elliott Trudeau. So they keep that alliance in voting. But what's interesting, it'll be interesting to see in this next election in Canada next year, will there be a little bit of a slight change in that? Because one of the things that's happening with the upcoming American election, let's see, a small number of Black Americans, and especially Black American men, are cutting their allegiance with the Democratic Party. So the Democratic Party, and those correct me in America, because I'm not living there, I just watch what's going on. The allegiance of African Canadians to the Liberal Party is similar in some ways to Black Americans' allegiance to the Democratic Party. Pardon me. So it'll be interesting the upcoming Canadian election if there's sort of a pullback of support from African Canadians, Black Canadians of the Liberal Party, and what it does, what it'll do for that, if anything. So good point in regards to that. We'll see. And again, that's one of the interesting factors with this upcoming American election. You know, how much of the black vote will go to the Republicans. So I'm just giving R fine and safe. I'm just multi-purposing at the present moment, trying to say hello to you all. So, and if I miss not doing it today, it's whoa. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, Dr. Tachi says yes, Pierre Trudeau. Look who Ryan Knight, you're watching. Do you want me to send you the link so you can join on for a second? I can link you up, Ryan, for even if it's for a few moments. But good to have you here, Dr. Tachi. We had Canadian history in grade 6 since I lived in a border city. Okay. And also, hey, greetings, Dave Lindsay. Been a while since I've been able to chime in. Keep doing it. Dave Lindsay, we got to catch up. We need to have a great conversation, but oh, hey, Dr. Vibe, looking forward to seeing you. Yeah, Ryan, do you want me to, you know what? I'm just going to send Ryan the link. Just see if he jumps in anyways. I didn't think he'd be able to, but I'm going to send it to him anyways. And hey, maybe we'll get Ryan for a few moments. But I think you got a hold on, Ryan. Aren't you supposed to be opening up the conference right now? What do you say? Good seeing me. Like, you should be paying attention to the conference that your organization is hosting. But I'm just going to send him a link anyways. He may drop by. If he does, it's a bonus, but I didn't think he would. And again, mistake made by me. I made an assumption. All right. Let's do this. Okay, so I've sent Ryan the link. He may or may not jump in. What I will be doing, if you follow me on Instagram, I'll actually... Okay, I've just sent you the link, Ryan. I've just sent you it. All right, good. So we're going to get, I should say, a guest appearance by Ryan Knight hopefully in a few moments. But so just a reset, on this Friday, Wayne Harris talking about living benefits. What are living benefits? Well, say you get ill and you can't perform to work or do anything. Do you have coverage when you can't work anymore? So we'll see if so. And he's also going to talk again, just a reset, about prostate cancer, since November is known as Movember month, fight against prostate cancer. So he will be coming up. All right, we're just waiting for the arrival of Mr. Knight. And definitely, and if you have any guest suggestions, make them. If you have any show suggestions, love to have. So C Nurse K says Ryan is getting roasted. He's not getting roasted. He is not getting roasted. Like I said, I know the agenda of this conference that Ryan's organization is putting on, and I think he was supposed to be part of the opening of the conference from 9 to 10. So C Nurse K says, I'm just kidding. Hey, we know you are. We know you are. Big time. We know you're just kidding. But yeah, anything else? This is good. And I love when we just can have an open conversation in regards to just what's going on. You know, what is going on? I'm going to see if I can pull up another conversation topic. But again, yeah, so, okay. I was in a really long conversation with someone. I'm not going to divulge their identity. It's a lady who's a supporter of the show and Dr. Vibe. And she was sharing about an ailment that many ladies have, and a lot of ladies don't know that they do have it, called polycystic ovary syndrome. And it was a long conversation. She was sharing about it, and I'm telling you, how can I put? She made a very interesting point. I'd love to get the Dr. Vibe, Ryan Knight, Morning Vibe families. She made this statement. She said that yes, PCOS. Okay. Okay, Mateus Daniel, Marcus, okay. Nicholas Marcus Thompson is leading the charge and is someone I can introduce you to. I suggest checking out the BCAS page on LinkedIn, updates on the subject. So, Mateus, what I'm going to ask you, I'm going to, if you can hang on till the end, I've put my email. Okay, you know what? I'm going to put my email up on the screen right now. Can you reach out to me via email? So these are the different ways that you can get a hold of me. There's the website, there's YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And I've also put it in the chat. If I haven't, I'll put it in the comment section because it doesn't allow me to put comments in LinkedIn, and that's where you're watching this conversation from. So if you can email me and we can have an offliner about this, but hey, look who's here.
Yes.
There
Good to see you. Good to see you.
What's going on?
I'm very good. So you'll see the ACBN teams getting all set. We're inside of Carleton University at their Richcroft atrium.
Okay,
so
I gotta
today,
remember that because when I get there, I gotta remember Richcroft Atrium. All right, how you doing, man?
things are good. I like this living wall here inside of the building, but you plan and plan as much as you can, and then it's just showtime. So the team I feel has been excellent. Chris Beth, Charmaine, Nicola, Fola, all the volunteers. So I'm looking forward to seeing you later. But yeah, people are starting to fill out the place, and it's showtime.
Well, I thought you were going to be opening it up at this time. I didn't know that. Like I'm going.
No, it starts at 10:30.
Oh, 10:30. Okay, so
Yeah.
Okay, so for those people who don't know, give them a little background of what the conference is about.
Yeah, so the federal government funded the Black Entrepreneurship Program. And so that program had 3 different tiers to it. So there's the loan component that Face Coalition manages, where they can do loans up to $250,000. And then there's the Knowledge Hub. So the Black Entrepreneurship Knowledge Hub is actually housed in Carleton. So that's why we decided to use it for this year's host. And then the ecosystem. So the ecosystem consists of organizations that support Black entrepreneurship, Black entrepreneurs. And so there's about 45 organizations that got funded to do that work. So ACBN, our organization, the Afro Caribbean Business Network, was one of those funded organizations. And then we were also tasked with convening the national conference each year. So this is the 3rd one. The first time we were at Sheridan College in Mississauga. The second year we were in Windsor at a Black-owned banquet hall called my Aura. And then this year we're in Carleton. So the Black Entrepreneurship Knowledge Hub is one of the key sponsors and hosts. So we're going to talk a lot about how the last 3 years have been, what progress has made, our organization's able to support entrepreneurs to the level that entrepreneurs expect. So entrepreneurs and organizations are going to be in the room today. And then the next 2 days is capacity building for the organizations. So talking about research and privacy and data and how do we collect it properly. And then the 3rd day, that diversified funding. So understanding how to actually raise dollars as a collective, how to do more joint ventures, how to get creative with income strategies, looking at, we talk about grants is one thing, but this experience is showing we cannot rely on that. The conference, actually, half of it was funded through sponsorship. So grants is great, but sponsorship is key. And then also generating our own revenue. So looking at opportunities to acquire businesses or start franchises. And then it also unlocks an interesting question. How many businesses have we supported to the point where we could buy a franchise from them? That's something that ACBN wants to start to lean into to make sure that our businesses are operating at a level that can be duplicated. So all of that's going to be discussed today, and also getting commitments from all of these organizations about how does the ecosystem continue on? How do we work together collaboratively? what tangible things can we commit to today to do between now and the next conference. So that's the part I'm looking forward to.
Wow. Like, so that is for, okay. So some quick comments here. Dr. Tachi says, hashtag Gala King.
Right. This is not a gala.
This is not a
I
gala.
refuse.
This is serious.
You see, I have no cap and gown. So no crown, no cap.
Mateus Daniel says, yes, Ryan.
Hey, Mateus.
Samantha says, wow, your audio quality is amazing. Now, you know me. Do they got Wi-Fi there?
Yes, they
Good.
do. Yes.
Because I'm going to be doing some broadcasting throughout the day. In regards to that. Okay, we have to give okay, but so kudos to your organization for putting it on, and so you make me feel good that half of this event was done by sponsorship.
Yes, 100%. So shout out to the Black Opportunity Fund, Futurepreneur, BDC, Meridian, Alterna Savings. Who else sponsored here? Nobellum, the DMZ. So yes, organizations being able to support it, that to me relieve the stress. It's like, hey, half and half, I can do with that. But when you're only relying on grants, it wouldn't have come in enough to get it done. So then you're stuck.
Have I been saying that for a while?
Exactly. Yes. And you helped us to craft our deck. So thank you for your guidance. But yes.
Well, this is a thing. And so I don't know why they asked me to lead a conversation about sponsorships tomorrow. But
this is where all of our organizations need to get or start to listen to these key advice, So that's why I was really happy you were available so that you can let us know how best to approach.
Well, it's very interesting that, first of all, I believe in you and your family, most important.
Yes.
And I care about you and your family. So, and also about ACBN, especially about First Lady, Miss Charmaine, when she came calling. So I made that happen. And I think it's too, and actually there's going to be some new things I'm going to be sharing when it comes to sponsorship. So let me ask, just out of curiosity, I know that Craig Wellington's going to be up there.
Yes.
Is Janice from Foodpreneur going to be there?
Yes, she did say that you're going to be able to make it. Yeah.
So I'd love to see, and I'm very looking forward to reconnecting with some people, because actually I was at what's the name of the organization in Durham region? They do health and wellness. Kajenja? I can't remember that. They did a health and wellness show on, full day health and wellness thing. Was it last Thursday? And I ran into some people I hadn't seen for like 5 years.
Yeah, is that Cap G or no?
No, I can't remember.
No,
I don't want to butcher the name, but no, that's but so what do you want, or what are some things you'd like to see leaving this conference?
So at minimum, I would love to see that even though if the funding doesn't get renewed, we would still keep our cadence of meetings. So the ecosystem partners were meeting on a monthly basis, really to share notes and see how everybody's projects are going. So now to use those meetings for actual strategy and say like, hey, every month we're going to meet and see how we can strategize to work together better. Would love to see that come out of this conference. And I'm a person that would love to see it actually increase to weekly. So when we're doing the steering committees for the conference itself, or when we were doing our study group, those were weekly meetings. And I feel like we got so much more done meeting on a regular basis, weekly instead of monthly. That's what I would, so that's like the wish list to say like, hey, optimal if we can meet weekly with an agenda. So not just to see each other's faces, but to actually strategize. I think that would be an excellent commitment. And then a commitment to the willingness to look for funding as a group. So whether it's different segments, carve out segments that all work on the same things and then go as a group for funding and even for sponsorship as well. Because something like the conference now, that's something that as a group, we can advocate and get sponsorship dollars for. So for specific programs as a group, I think that we could get funding as well.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that I'm glad. I hope I don't know if I'll get to it during my session. I have a feeling people may want to go longer than an hour, which I don't mind. But the whole collaborative effort, because let's put it this way. Could you imagine if all the organizations combined together and presented sponsorship opportunities? How many people that is together? Because they're looking, organizations, especially big ones, are looking for how many people can we potentially impact.
Exactly. Oh, Doug, come quick.
Yes, uh-oh.
So Doug is here from the Black Chamber of Commerce, Canadian Black Chamber of Commerce.
Bibby.
He's the only person who calls me that. Good to see you, Doug.
That way he knows me. If I need help, I'm calling Dr. Vibby.
Yes.
Dr. Vibe, how are you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Looking great, bro.
I'll be seeing you in a few hours. So, but I'm as always blessed, highly favored, magnet for miracles, solution for someone's problem, and Blackalicious. And I'm looking forward to Blackalicious.
Yes.
Have you trademarked that yet?
Ooh, right.
Or copywritten it?
Yeah, I'm going. I need.
Have you copywritten that yet?
I need to.
That's good. Oh, cool.
Fantastic. Great to see you, sir.
Yes.
We'll see you in a few hours to see it. But yeah, so we got some more comments here. Frequency Event Promotion says, greetings and salutations, Dr. Vibe and Ryan. Oh, there we go. Kajenja Wellness Project, based in Durham region. Have you heard of them?
Okay, no, I haven't.
Yeah, they did a full day event last Thursday at the Ajax Convention Center. Really well done.
Gotcha. Nah, that's awesome. Yeah, if you share their info with me, I'd love to check it out.
Yeah, and actually they had the lady who was emceeing it all day was Patricia Juggernaut. So she was hosting it all day.
Gotcha. Nice.
So Frequency Event Promotion says, Ryan, we would like to be the exclusive printer for this mega idea that you just shared.
Yeah, I love it. So send me the pricing.
Yeah, well,
but yeah, because Frequency Event Promotions printed the banners for the conference. Actually, when it gets set up, I'll take a picture of it.
Yeah, I think because there's another thing too. Like if all the organizations maybe could think together and say, hey, we've got a company that can do all your printing, all your banners.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, and I know Frequency Promotions is based in the Greater Toronto area, but even just the organizations that are based in the Toronto area, get them together, present a proposal to Frequency Event Promotions, which is Black owned and Black run.
Right.
You know, those sort of things we got to. And this, people don't realize, this is when you amalgamate the strength you bring to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is also where there's multiple printers in Toronto. So Christopher, I hope that you're collaborating with other printers so that you can take on big orders, because 40 organizations doing printing all year round, your operations is going to grow exponentially. So look at who else is in the space. I know Jamal from Empro Graphics does printing. Corey from Creative Vox does printing. So we should see how to get certain business classes together also to do joint projects.
Okay, so they so Frequency Event Promotion says we can ship to, and also says no order.
Okay, good.
And he says no order is too small.
Nice. That's good.
So
all right, brother. So yes, I gotta hop back in.
Yeah,
I see I'm getting the side eye.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see you in a
so
little bit.
I'll see you in a bit.
Right? Take care.
Yes.
All right.
Good seeing you.
All right. Thanks for jumping in. All right. So we had Ryan on in real time from the conference, and that's wonderful. Like, again, you can see there's a lot going on there, and he made the time. He invested the time to come in and hang out and share with you. Like I said, I'll be at the conference for part of today, part of tomorrow. So I'm making sure my the batteries on my tablets are at full capacity. And hopefully, well, certainly. Oh, look at this. Frequency Event Promotion says we can breakdance too. All right. That's so good. But yeah, so we'll be doing some broadcasting from the event. And I'll see if someone can actually do a live broadcast via IG Live of my hosting the panel about the government and what the federal government of Canada can do to enhance, accelerate Black entrepreneurship in Canada. Now, unfortunately, the questions have already been given to me. But you know something? Give me. Do you want me to give you a sneak peek of one or two of the questions I'm going to ask them? Alcina's K says, kudos to Ryan and ACBN for the phenomenal work you are doing. Action, not just talking. Great. Would anyone like me to share one or two questions that Dr. Tachi says, sure. So just give me a second. And I'd like to get your take on what do you think of the question? I'll give one or two questions. So just bear with me a second that I can find it. Hopefully I can find it. I hope I can find it. I hope I can find it. Oh, I know where I put it. I put it in my... Okay, just bear with me a second. So just give me a sec. And I actually would love to get your... You know what? I'd like to ask this question of you. And what I'd like to do is get, and I've got my pen and paper here, get your feedback or what suggestions you may want to give to the feds, as we call them here in Canada, about that. So I'm just going to sign in. So this is good in real time. Thanks for everyone for dropping by. Like, even again, when we don't have a specific topic or specific guest, you all make things happen wonderfully. So I appreciate you and don't take it for granted. So let me just check this here. Breakout. Please tell me I can get to these questions. Oh boy, agenda. Oh my gosh. Breakout. I don't know if I can get these to you. Hold on. Keep on. Oh, here we go. Got it. Just give me a sec. Hopefully it'll open up. All right. So we'll probably be on for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to probably get over to the event itself. So, but it is cold here in Ottawa. What? It's not playing. Not okay. Okay. So I'll give you this question in the chat, and this is applicable for Canada, US, or wherever you are living government-wise. So let me give this question. I'm going to put it on the screen, and I'd love to get your feedback. And it's not Canada specific; it's Canada, US, or wherever you're watching specific. So let me put this question up, share it with everybody. So the question is, and I put it in the comments section. I'm also going to put it on a banner for you all. All right. So the question is, what legislative changes could improve access to funding and capital for Black entrepreneurs? So basically, the question is, what would you like government to do to help funding of Black business? So I'd like to get some of your takes. I got a pen and a notebook here. So I'd love to get your takes on it. What legislative changes could improve access to funding and capital for Black entrepreneurs? So would love to get your input on that. And frequency event promotions. I'm looking forward to hearing from you about something. I'm not going to tell what live, but I think you know what I'm talking about. So I have that question in the chat. Let's do it, and then we'll probably just shut down after that. But great. Like to have questions of the audience. Okay, just give me a second because I see something in the chat. Okay, you are fine and safe. Okay. All right, so I think we've got a comment. Okay, Dr. Touch says tax incentives. Okay. So Freaking Zero Pro says, no worries at all, Dr. Vibe, I hear you. Okay, you hear me. But what legislative changes could improve access to funding? So, Dr. Tachi, I've got my pen and paper out, tax incentives. And I may use these. I don't have my given questions, but I can put some more things here. Okay. Anything else? You got to have more than that. What can the government do to help Black entrepreneurs? Not just financially, but regardless. What can be done? I think the tax incentive thing is a good idea. I like that. That is a good suggestion. So thank you much that you gave that. I'll certainly put it down on my pen thing. You are fine and safe. Okay, got something else here. Danny tries a ting. Sorry, I'm new to entrepreneurship, so I'm not entirely sure what is currently in place for Black entrepreneurs. Well, first of all, Danny tries a ting. Thank you. I think it's the first time you've been here. So welcome to the Morning Vibe Show family. If you're up to it and you like what you hear, first of all, thanks for hanging out. Second of all, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And third of all, share it out to other people around the world. Now, getting back to your comment about you're new to the entrepreneurship, so I'm not entirely sure what is currently in place for Black entrepreneurs. There are a number of organizations in place. Surely, if you scroll back in the comments section, I think I've put, I thought I had, but I hadn't. I'll give contact information for myself and Ryan. We could certainly direct you to places or individuals that can give you more suggestions or assistance with entrepreneurship. But I'd like to know, so you hold on. There's stuff going on all over the place here. Give me a second. All right. Sorry, I'm going to answer that. I think it'd go a little bit different style that call came through. So C Nurse K says, I think it's the wording, to be honest. I'm not sure what the legislation is in place also. Okay. But getting back to Danny tries a ting, how long have you been an entrepreneur, or what caused you to go into entrepreneurship? Okay, and also Seniors. Okay, we got that. I think there was another comment. Was there not? No. Okay. Oh, Seniors K. Okay, hold on. All right, Dr. Tachi says perhaps programs for first-generation entrepreneurs like professional development and business shadowing programs. That has somewhat been in place. The part that I do like what you did say on Dr. Tachi is there have been a lot of professional development programs, but shadowing opportunities has not been something that's really brought up. So shadowing opportunities, I like that. And it's interesting, I'll bring up a personal story. About 3 years ago, I was, during the pandemic, I was on a Zoom call, and one of the gentlemen that was hosting it or was being showcased, and I may have mentioned him in the past, but he's 81 years old, white gentleman. He runs an organization, he has a group of coaches that mentor and coach high-level CEOs and high-level entrepreneurs. I went, wow. So if you don't know me, I'm the type of person, if I meet someone like that, 90% of the time, I'm going to reach out to them and see if I can get 11 minutes of their time. So I reached out to him. We had a great conversation. We had a great few conversations. And I made my ask. And this is another thing with people I suggest. I always have my 3 asks. So my big ask for him was, could I get half an hour of his time each month? Now, let me also say, he's 81. He's now 82 years old. He founded this organization when he was 67. So he's had long history of around corporations, entrepreneurship, etc. And he said, yes, that has been golden in my professional and business growth. So I'm getting like 81 years of experience. And making a long story short, he's invited me to a number of events where people have to pay a heck of a lot of money. He's invited me for free. Actually, I'm going to one of them on Wednesday, and maybe I'll do an IG live from it. It's a leadership morning, and it's just first class. But I love the shadowing opportunities. I think is a phenomenal. It's written down, Dr. Tachi, both yours. Tax incentives. Don't know if you can see it or not. There we go. Tax incentives and business opportunities. So I'm writing things down. I'm carrying my book with you, carrying you guys with me, you family. Okay. Nurse K says, I think more media coverage of what's available, government ads detailing what they have to offer either on and social media TV. So promotion of what is being offered. So I'm writing this stuff down on social. Well, there has been a lot offered on social media of the organizations, but I haven't seen a lot on TV. Well, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I have not seen a lot of stuff on TV. Like maybe on news spots, like quick hits, but like a 30-second spot on television, I think would be that's a good idea. Haven't heard that one. So again, if I get an opportunity to bring these to the panel discussion day, I certainly will. All right, let's see if there's any other suggestions. Nurse K says, I find a lot of the challenges first knowing what is available and able to access it. Yes, it can be overwhelming. And I think one of the challenges is there's so many different organizations and a lot of them are offering the same thing, which I have a little bit of a challenge with. Okay, Dr. Tachi says, business incubators at college. Okay. Keep that comment up. I need to see it. Incubators at colleges and universities. Okay. I think there may be some in existence, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is beautiful. So I have such an intelligence audience. Like you guys are bringing it because some of these things I haven't heard. Okay, Shirley Josma says low interest rates. Well, the interest rates are getting lower, but I think the bigger challenge is loan policies, because I've heard a lot of concerning stories about policies in that area. Okay, anyone else? Good suggestions. Really good suggestions. Really, really good to see them out here. Anybody else? See, you guys are making it happen now. And I'm just, if you see me looking away from the screen, I am just saying hello to Shirley in the chat. Thanks. Okay, that's done. So we've got tax incentives, shadowing opportunities, promotion of what is being offered on social media and television, business incubators at colleges and universities, and low interest rates. Okay. Okay. Co-sponsored. Okay. Senior's case says maybe offering government-owned facilities for marketplaces to help lower costs and increase profits for business. Ooh. Woo! Keep that one up, please. That is government. I think some of that is done, but again, I don't know to what expense. Facilities for marketplaces. Yeah, I'm going to be sharing this with some people, if not the panel, some people out there to lower costs. Okay, you can take that down. Thank you for keeping that up. Okay, Dr. Tech says co-sponsored pitch competitions. There have been many pitch competitions that I know of. Okay, Senior's case says either free or reduced cost government facilities. Got it. Shirley says, I think the Black community can have one organization with a strong management team to make things happen more efficiently. You are sounding like you're coming from experience. Is that true, Shirley? Just out of curiosity. And I'll be open here. I think that's one of the challenges. There's so many different organizations and a lot of them duplicating the same thing. Okay, Senior's case says, nope, a lot of times the costs are high to rent spaces and it cuts into profits. Yeah, it's not getting any cheaper to operate business. And some of you may or may not know, I assist a lot of different entrepreneurs. And one of the things that a number of them are challenged with is pricing and profit. And as I always say, it's one thing to make a sale. It's another thing to make revenue. And when people say, what do you mean by revenue? I want, if you're in a business, when you make a sale, that you're making revenue that you either can put back into the business or put in your bank account. That's what I mean by revenue. I've encountered a number of entrepreneurs, they make sales and they're losing money. How are you going to stay in business? How are you going to stay in business if you keep on losing money? So there you go. Dr. Tachi says, administrative resources that can offer subsidized virtual assistants. Oh, I like that. I like that. Wow. Okay. That can offer. And actually, there are some organizations, and you know I know some of those, can offer VAs. Yeah, there are some of those organizations out there, and I'll be open because I don't. What's that other way people say? I'll be, transparent. I like to use easy words that a lot of people should probably understand. I'd be open. So there are programs, and I know in Canada, I don't know if they have them in the United States, where you can get administrative or different types of help for your business at either free. Like one of the suggestions I make to many entrepreneurs, co-op programs. I'm going to mention this probably tomorrow, depending where it goes. Co-op programs. Many colleges and universities, I can only speak for Canada. I think they have them in the United States also. They're co-op programs where you can get expertise of students. So here in Canada, there's a number of colleges and universities I'm blessed to have a relationship with. They supply me for 3 or 4 months, help in different areas. So for people who are familiar with stuff like this, video editing and audio editing takes up a lot of time. A lot of time. And the most valuable thing you have as a business owner and in real life, my opinion, is time. You can't buy time back. So one of my main mentors, Mary Armstrong, told me a long time ago, Dr. Vibe, if you want to grow your business, who's the best person to grow your business? I said, me. He says, okay, well, you've got to get the things that are taking your time away from growing the business and have someone else do them, delegate them. So that's one of the things I've become very, very focused on, is getting things that take away from me making money for my business and have someone else do it. Have somebody else do it. So delegation, and again, the colleges and universities, I'll be totally open to. There's someone helping me on this show. She is in high school. She's helping me with this program. It's part of her graduation. She has to do it. and do it well. So my suggestion is reach out to your colleges and universities and see if they offer programs in areas that you need help in. If you need help on how to reach out to them, contact me. I've had relationships, like I said, with 3 or 4 colleges and universities since 2020. Now, people say, well, 3 or 4 months, that isn't a long time. Well, I'd rather have 3 or 4 months than no time. And also, too, if you're working with students, it gets you ready management-wise and business-wise. So when you get to that next level of hiring people, you have experience of managing people on your team. So I just put it out there. If you want to contact me with that, no problem. I can only speak from the Canadian experience. I think they offer it a little bit in the United States, but from what Dr. Tachi has told me, they don't offer it the same extent in the US as they do here, but you don't know unless you ask. All right, so Shirley is up here saying, yes, challenges vary from province to province. I was in New Brunswick. Now in Ontario, I've experienced a few organizations. So Shirley, don't be afraid to reach out to me and see if I can have you score a goal or get a win in any of these areas. As I say to everyone, take the top 3 things that are taking up your time. They're not involved in taking you away from increasing your business, and those are the areas you need to look at. Okay, Shirley says, red tape elimination regarding eligibility for all funding programs. Oh, okay, you're getting back to suggestions. Okay, let me write that down. Okay. I like that. Red tape elimination. Love this. Regarding eligibility. For all funding programs. Okay, for all funding programs. And loans. Okay. Fantastic. Good stuff. You know, I'm going to see if I can do this at the conference. If I don't get a chance to share this with the panel, because I'm going to actually see if I can have one-on-one conversations. Actually, just go around and ask people, what do they feel? You know, what legislative changes could improve access to funding? Maybe create a little series. What do you think, Dr. Tachi? Some good content creation there? What do you think? What do you think? So yeah, this is fantastic. I really want to thank everyone. And you know, if you have any more suggestions, quick, I'm going to shut it down probably in the next 5 minutes because I've got to get over to the conference. I'm a little wondering right now because I'm supposed to be moderating a panel at 2:00, and I've got to look at the schedule. Is that still going to be 2:00? Dr. Tachi says yes. Yeah. So that's why I'm got the power going in my tablets. And got my microphones for things to happen proper while we're filming this stuff. But yeah, this is great. This is great. Fantastic. Any other comments, suggestions as we start winding it down this morning? How do I look? Is the camera, light, audio, is all that good in shape? From what I'm looking at, it sounds like the lighting is good. And the audio seems to be good. So I just want to make sure it is, because actually this afternoon, I'm going to see if I can record some video messages to some people, reach out. Since for some reason, since I'm away, I have more time to do it. I don't know why, but I have more time to do these things, catch up on messaging, et cetera, et cetera. All right. Okay, well, I think that's a wrap for the Morning Vibe on October 28th from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. This is where we're at. All right, so we'll shut it. We're going to wind it down. Want to say, as always, thank you to y'all for allowing us to share this morning. And as I said, had a good conversation, a little bit of election, a little about Black entrepreneurship. We touched some other things. Okay. So Dr. Tachi, who is really good at these sort of things. Let me just put something. Oh, hold on. I'm just going to do a little bit one other thing here. Just give me a break. I see there's feedback in regards to my audio and video, but I just want to make sure I put my contact information, Ryan's contact information up. All right, so let's get back to commentos. Okay, there's one there. Okay, so Shirley says the lighting and the audio are perfect, fantastic. Dr. Tachi says, we hear you can use a tad more light, but you are remote, so it's understandable. Thank you. Yeah, there's a light above me, and I have a ring light, but I know I could use a little bit more lighting. I hear you. So thank you for the feedback. So what I'm going to make sure I do is the next time I'm traveling, I'm going to see if I can bring a bigger ring light or just position the lighting a little bit different. But it's possible. So that's another thing. If you want someone who has really good expertise on setting up live streams and all this, Dr. Tachi is a great resource. But I'm even going to say further, look either on Indie Suit Media or the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube. Just recently, we had an incredible conversation with a gentleman named Kirk R. Nugent. Wow. And Dr. Tachi, you know something? I've got to reach out to him and see when he's ready to do a round 2. And also, too, Dr. Tachi, during our live conversation with Kirk, I had mentioned to him about what would the process be of switching from StreamYard to EVMux. He said, you know something? I got to do something on that. And I know you probably have seen it, but if you didn't, about a week ago, he actually put out a video on making the switch from StreamYard to EVMux. So it's nice to have a guest and provide a suggestion, and they listen. Isn't that amazing? They listen. Dr. Tachi says, I'm ready for round 2. All right. I'll put it out there to Mr. Nugent that you're ready for round 2. All right. That's it. So pray for me in regards to hosting this, moderating this panel discussion. Again, I'm going to try my best to have one person record it live and another person take pictures. So I got 2 different tablets, plus I've got my phone. So I'm going to employ the use of some of the volunteer staff there to make it happen. Dr. Tachi says, Kirk is great. Yeah, he's phenomenal. Such a pro. Maybe one day, well, Dr. Tachi, when we have him back, we see if we have him on at the same, depending on the schedule, have him back on at the same time or a different time to see maybe some more live exposure. But that we've got. She says, you're a pro. It will be great. Kirk, you mean? Not me. I just do the best I can with what I got because what I got's good enough. That's what I share with people. All right, let's wrap it up. So subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. And guess for you, the new people that came out today, shout out. Thank you so much. Hope it's not first time, but not last time. If you like what you heard and saw, please follow, especially on YouTube, and share it out. Follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Also, join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Email me at dr.vibe@vibeshow.com, and we'll make you a member of the Morning Vibe Show family on Discord. And then finally, to advertise your business, product, or service on any of the shows that I appear on, because I appear on minimum 3 a week. Sunday afternoons, Black Canada Talking, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. The Morning Vibe, Monday and Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And then Saturday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Primetime Saturday with Aisha and Lala, where they discuss, the sense and nonsense of what's going on in America. So I'm on minimum 4 times a week live. All right? That's done. And as you see at the bottom, you can watch replays of this epic conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and on the Dr. Vibe Show website, the drvibeshow.com. That's a wrap. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to our co-producer who does a fantastic job. And I'm going to leave with this. Live your life. Oh, no, one other thing. Morning Vibe family, Friday morning, Wayne Harris, Living Benefits. The post is already up on YouTube. Hit the notification button so you know about it. So finally, live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions and aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. And remember, don't just manage your time, manage your energy. And remember to give yourself grace. And thank you, Dr. Tachi. You helped make it a great show, just like everyone who's watched this live or on replay. God bless. Peace be well. Keep the faith and walk good. And we will get back to the PCOS discussion. I haven't forgot about it. I saw some of your comments, but Ryan came on, so I did address them. But no, we're going to have that conversation. Either the next open morning vibe, or I'll bring someone from that community on to talk about, because it's a very, 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 very serious thing. Very serious thing. And like I said, I had someone share about it with me yesterday who is impacted by it. Oh, C Nurse K says, great show, everyone, and have a blessed week. Didn't want to forget you. As I said, who is impacted by PCOS, and it impacted me. It made me do a lot of deep thinking. And she actually said that one of the challenges that we have with the health system these days, she said that if it impacts women only, it doesn't get a lot of attention. But if it impacts men or men and women, it gets much more attention. So, interesting point to leave on. All right? So, God bless, peace be well, and keep the faith. We'll see you on Friday or anytime in between. And follow. There's shorts going up on YouTube this week from previous conversations. Be well.